Flex your eye, yoga, brain science, and the path to true happiness. Who are you, really? Beyond your name, your job, the roles you play? We all have a sense of I, that inner voice, our story, our identity. But what if this I isn't as fixed as we think? What if it's something we can understand, explore, and even flex? In this video, and in my book, we journey into the heart of yoga, not just as a physical practice, but as a powerful system to reshape our mind and our very sense of self. Why does this matter? Because understanding and gently challenging this I could be the key to unlocking profound well-being and navigating the complexities of modern life. Science offers a fascinating window into where this sense of I might originate. Meet the default mode network, or DMN, a crucial area in our brain. It's the brain's idle mode, but it's far from quiet. The DMN is deeply involved in self-perception, how we think about others, how we remember our past, and how we plan for the future. It's constantly weaving the narrative of me. But what happens when this network is out of balance? Research suggests links between DMN dysregulation and conditions like mood disorders, ADHD, and even addiction. It seems our very experience of ourselves, when rigid or imbalanced, can contribute to significant challenges. Yoga's wisdom, flexing your sense of self. This is where the ancient wisdom of the Yoga Sutras comes in. For thousands of years, yoga has offered profound tools to explore and challenge our perception of this I-ness. The practices described aren't about eliminating the self, but about flexing it, making it more adaptable, less rigid. Imagine your sense of self like a muscle. If it's always tense, always holding on to one specific way of being, it leads to stress. Yoga provides the stretches, the exercises, to create more space, more flexibility in how we perceive ourselves. This process can help relieve some of the inherent stress that comes from an inflexible, narrowly defined sense of I. The question then arises, can this approach help with issues like addiction or mood disorders? The answer likely depends on how you practice, engaging with the mental and philosophical depths of yoga, not just the physical postures. Beyond the mat, yoga, happiness, and daily life. So, how does this flexed I translate into our day-to-day existence? Let's talk about practical matters, money, and the elusive pursuit of happiness. The Yoga Sutras, particularly the Yama and Niyama, ethical principles and personal observances, offer surprisingly relevant tools for what modern science calls positive psychology. Consider the Niyama of Santosha. This is the practice of cultivating contentment, of actively looking for and appreciating what you have, rather than constantly focusing on what you lack. It's like keeping a gratitude journal, a practice now scientifically shown to boost happiness. Every day, consciously noting what you're content with can shift your entire perspective. The Yoga Sutras even tell us to be happy in a posture. Now, I'm not always thrilled when I start my practice, but following this instruction, sometimes I just put on a smile, even a fake one. And fascinatingly, research supports this. Even a feigned smile can send signals to your body to relax. Learning to feel good is our responsibility. About 40% of our happiness might be genetic and 10% from circumstances, but a whopping 50% is up to us. We can train our brains for happiness. It starts by shifting our focus. Do we magnify problems, or do we actively seek out the good? Do we understand our true needs versus fleeting desires? Positive psychology identifies patterns that sabotage happiness. Perfectionism, inappropriate expectations versus healthy conscientiousness. Social comparison, constantly measuring ourselves against others, often leading to feelings of inadequacy. Materialism, tying happiness to external things which are inherently unstable. Maximizing, always searching for the best option even when satisfied, robbing us of presence and gratitude. The Yoga Sutras offer antidotes. Take maximizing and perfectionism. Sutra 242 states, Santoshad Anuttama Sukhalabha. Being content will bring us to the highest level of happiness. By practicing Santosha daily, reminding ourselves of what we have, we counter that relentless drive for more, or perfect. What about materialism and social comparison? The sutras guide us to act from our internal truth, our satya, and to practice asteya, non-stealing, and aparigraha, non-greed. Sutra 239 on non-greed says, Aparigrahasthirye janmakathanta sanbodha. Based in non-greed, the reason for his birth will be revealed. When we stop acting primarily out of greed or a desire to keep up with others, we create space to discover our unique talents, our dharma or life's purpose. It's not about rejecting the material world, but about finding our authentic place within it. As I share in the book, I once left a secure but uninspiring software job for the uncertain startup world. The pay cut was steep, but the joy of aligning with my passion was immense, and eventually, success followed. Happiness and engagement often lead to success, not the other way around. This is the essence of true karma, action. Not just good or bad luck, but actions aligned with our deepest nature, free from the distortions of fear, greed, or ego. The sutras teach that when we act from this authentic place, the fruits of our actions naturally ripen. We act not for a specific outcome, but because the action itself is an expression of our being. How many of us choose careers or make decisions based on a survival instinct, focused on external goals, rather than our natural talents? This can lead to dissatisfaction. The sutras encourage us to inquire into our motivations. Are our actions driven by past emotional triggers or by our inherent qualities? Consider the stock market. While I am not a professional trader and can't offer advice, I can share from my own experience. Emotional trading, buying in euphoria, selling in fear, often leads to losses. If only I could have applied the yogic principle of observing without immediate emotional reaction, things might have been different. Yoga teaches us to cultivate a calm, observant mind, allowing us to act with wisdom and clarity, rather than from a place of reactivity. Sutra 3rd, 23 even speaks of discerning the right timing for action through deep concentration, not impulse. Yoga, then, is far more than physical exercise. It's a profound journey into the nature of your I, offering tools to flex your mind, cultivate lasting happiness through practices like Santosha and authentic action, and understand the deeper currents of karma. It's about moving from being driven by our temporal, reactive nature to being guided by our true, inherent self. If you're ready to explore these transformative practices further, to understand your brain, your I, and how the ancient wisdom of yoga can lead to a more fulfilling and authentic life, I invite you to delve into the pages of Vivekanimnan, Distinction Bending Yoga. The journey begins within.